Stop number 17 on the NNSCRA Hunt Brothers Pizza Truck Series brings us to Michigan Speedway in the Irish Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan, the 2-mile D-shaped racetrack. As we're set for today, as we're set for the running of this 30 laps of racing here today on this 2-mile racetrack. Yeah. Anyway, here's the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole, it's Jessica Shelton in number 4, in the TMASC certified Ford. She's alongside number 43, Mike Becker. Jess has one of her 3 in-truck cameras in today's race. Second row sees number 6, Nathan Hudson, winner this season at the Springfield Mile, and also I think the winner at the Colorado National Speedway as well too. No, actually Charles Simmer won at Colorado National Speedway. Anyway, Hudson was the winner this season at the Springfield Dirt Track. He's alongside Joshua Osborne at number 98. Third row sees a man who always seems to run well here at Michigan, Quentin Moore. In number 21, the Racing with Jesus Eagle Jet Ford. He's alongside number 44, Matt McIntyre. Fourth row sees Dylan Young in number 2, and number 16 it is Charles Sanford. Sanford winner, I think, twice this season so far. Next row down has Seth Cullen, 25. He has our second in-truck camera. He's alongside Keith Batson in 28. Next row has Kyle Matthews with our third in-truck camera, and the number 52 AC Delco Chevy. And number 3, Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Next row has 99, Levi McIntyre, and number 81, Scott Upton. Next row down, Henry Williams in number 1, and number 49, Josh King. Next row down is number 60, Daniel Bouchard, and number 5, Phil Parker. Then it's number 94, Jean Sanford. She'll be alongside Johnny Gardner in 29. Next row down has number 7, Logan Williams in the XI Batteries Ford. He's alongside number 48. It is Paul Minnick. Next row down has number 38, Dexter Black, and number 87, Cassie Dent. Next row down has number 06, Mitchell Collins, and number 88, it is Zach Winkle sitting alongside. Next row down is number 62. It is Roberto Crown Jr. in the Napa Auto Parts Dodge. Flanking beside him is number 24, Nathan Orman in the GMAC Chevrolet. Next row down has number 83. It is James Sykes, and number 8, Matt Haas. Then it's number 19, Sebastian Dent, and number 86, Ty Dent. Next row down has number 8. Next row down has number 80, Jesse Turner, the winner at Charlotte. And number 50, it is Cassie. Number 50 is Kat Badson. Next row down has number 17. It is Robbie Bogues, and number 30, Rob Evans, who won a Trek sister to this at California earlier this season. And starting shotgun in the field will be number 38, Stephen Colon, at the wheel of the Dana Gear Dodge. So that should be, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Actually, because we have a lady on the pole for this race here today. So the command's been given to party engines for this race here. 30 laps of action as the pace truck leads the field off of pit row. We'll be back for the start of the race right after this. Field rounding through turns number 3 and 4 here at Michigan Speedway. 30 laps of racing here on this 2-mile racetrack here today. A Ford and a Dodge on the front row. Jessica Shelton and Mike Becker will lead him down to the green flag. Becker's been one of the strong trucks this season, so in the middle of the late part of the season so far. So has Shelton for that fact too. Becker's not yet won a season. Shelton has won twice. As the field comes off corner number 4 here, and getting ready for the green flag here at Michigan Speedway, and we are underway. Let's go truck racing here at Michigan. Front stretch is wide enough at Michigan where we see 3 wide, sometimes even 4 wide racing here on this racetrack. As Jessica Shelton jumps out in front here, she'll take the lead. Quentin Moore from his 5th starting position already up to 2nd place as Mike Becker did not get a good start. He's dropped back just a little bit there, come off turn number 2. And here comes Quentin Moore, number 21, to try to look for the inside of the lead. But here comes Dylan Young, going to spoil that to the inside. He's got the push from Seth Cole and Kyle Matthews, the 25 and 52 trucks. And Dylan Young is the second. It's the Team ASC trucks first and second. Well, maybe first and third possibly, because here comes Seth Cole to the inside. Shelton leads at number 1. Pole speed for this race, 185 miles per hour here, but we'll see if laps faster than that, I'm sure, here today at Michigan in the draft here. And the draft can play a critical role on a track like this, too. With these trucks here, Matthews goes to the inside of Seth Cole for second place here. So our 3 in-truck cameras are first, second, and third right now as we jump inside Kyle Matthews' truck, the AC Delco Chevy. Runs in third position right now behind Seth Cole and Jessica Shelton. See how fast Kyle goes into turn number 1, 191 miles an hour. Gets on the inside and drops down about 190 going into turn number 1 here as he'll move inside of Seth for second place. And I think he's got it for the time being. Seth's going to fight back on the outside of the racetrack here, coming off turn number 2. Chevy on the low side, Dodge on the high side, and here comes Cole Deaver and another Chevrolet, and the Ford of Joshua Osborne moving to the low side, and Osborne's going to push Deaver up to second place now. So some power from the 3 and the 98 trucks as they come off the 4th turn. So now you got a Chevy sandwiched in between 2 Fords in the top 3 spots right now. Matthews in 4th position, and the Dodge of Seth Cole in 5th position. As now Keith Batson begins to roll in inside of number 28 Napa United Ford. And also you got Henry Williams in the number 1 Sears Diehard truck. Williams, who had a great run at Charlotte a few races back on the tour. And he's making his way through the field nicely right now. As is the 06 of Mitchell Collins, the truck right there behind Batson in the 28. Collins having a pretty good run so far through the field. And another surprise up there, Roberto Crown Jr. in 62 truck right there behind the 44 of Matt McIntyre. And Mike Becker trying to make his way back up to the field here from his outside pole sitting starting spot. He gets by the 6 of Nathan Hudson. Now behind him, the 48 of Paul Minnick and the 19 of Sebastian Dent as they work their way up to the midfield positions right here. Here comes Minnick, gets by right now in the 48, that green and black 48. Down the low side he goes here, and Matthews goes caught up in the high side now as they come off turn number 4. And checking back to the leaders right now here, Jessica Shelton still leads the field here. Cole Deaver coming on stronger. He goes to the inside for the lead on Shelton to the inside. Deaver pushed the throttle down on that number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet as they come up the second corner. Deaver on the low side, Shelton on the high side as they come into turn number 3. And pushing Deaver up to the front will be number 28, Keith Batson. And Batson goes to the second position now as he gets past Shelton as well, too. So move Cole Deaver, driving the cars that was made famous by Dale Earnhardt, out in front now. But that's not going to be for long, because here comes Batson inside for second for the lead now for number 28. And he'll move to the low side. Brings the 44 of Matt McIntyre and the 43 of Mike Becker. And now 3 wide here, Roberto Crown Jr., Jessica Shelton, and Joshua Osborne. 3 wide here, Shelton has to back off here, lets Osborne by. As he moves up through the middle of the racetrack here, now dips down low right in front of Roberto. As they come off the 4th corner now. Osborne up to 4th as he gets by Becker. Now maybe 3rd spot as he moves Cole Deaver's number 3 Goodwrench machine. Boy, some tremendous battle going on here. And whoa, Seth Cole and Jessica Shelton just about got together coming off turn number 2, going through turn number 1 and 2. Check the fastest laps of the race so far. Fastest lap of the race so far is by Matt McIntyre at 191.347 miles per hour. Top 10 trucks all over 190 miles per hour here at Michigan Speedway. So they are fair. So a very fast racetrack here today in the Hunt Brothers Pizza Truck Series. In fact, they tested really fast in the draft here in practice. So like I said, the pulse speed was just only 185 miles per hour, but just like we see at tracks like Daytona and Talladega and several others in our competition, though, the draft can be fast. The draft obviously is faster than running alone. And here comes Quentin Moore, classic example of that, as he pushes off Levi McIntyre's truck, and McIntyre gets both the dents in one fell swoop, and as they come up through 3 and 4, but Quentin Moore used to draft now off the 8 truck of Matt Haas Moves inside. That's going to move Quentin up to 9th. McIntyre was 8th across the start-finish line, but now he's going to be hung out to dry here as they come down the back, then through 1 and 2, as is Joshua Osborne. He also got hung out to dry as well, too. And now McIntyre and Osborne are hooked together to see if they can try to make something happen. Meantime, battle for the lead here, Keith Batson and Nathan Hudson. Down the left side, and Hudson goes to the lead at number 6, the Total Chevrolet. Actually, my mistake. Hudson actually is in second position here. Mike Becker's now the one leading this race in 43. Through 1 and 2 they come here, and here comes Hudson. Now he takes the lead. Mitchell Collins in second position, and we got trouble, I think, through turns 1 and 2. It's Ty Dent in the 86 truck, who has spun. And he appears to be the only truck involved in this crash. In fact, he is. So, damage on the back end of the number 86 RC Cola Dodge. And so Nathan Hudson leads him across the start-finish line. Mitchell Collins is going to be second place. Third will go to Becker. Fourth place will be Quentin Moore. And Matt McIntyre will be fifth across the yellow flag. So caution number 1 flies on lap number 11. So let's take a look again to see what happened. They were averaging 186 miles an hour at the end of 11 laps in this race here. And classic example, we said the track is wide enough for 4 wide racing, but this is the consequence you can pay for if somebody tries to go 4 wide. Stephen Colon pushes Jessica Shelton right into Ty Dent's truck. That sends Shelton in the dent and sends Dent into a hard contact with a wall. The number 86 car bends up the back end of that Dodge pretty good there and sends him around here. And a slight hood buckle on that number 86 machine as well too, as they spins around, gets the truck back going again. So other than that, though, not much else done to the number 86 truck except shorten it up just a slight bit, and he'll make his way on to pit road. 65 miles an hour is the pit road speed here at Michigan Speedway. There you see what the average speed was. Average speed was 186.8 miles per hour at the end of 11 laps. As Dent makes his way on the pit road, see if the crew's going to go to work at all on that number 86 on that machine. So as of right now, Nathan Hudson is your leader of this race here. Then it's Mitchell Collins in second position. Third is Mike Becker. Fourth is Quentin Moore. Fifth is Matt McIntyre. Then Joshua Osborne. Charles Sanford, Scott Upton up to 8th position. 9th is Matt Haas, and Paul Minnick is in 10th. We'll be back for the restart right after this. So off to number 4 we come here at Michigan Speedway. Pace truck will duck off on the pit road as Nathan Hudson laid him down. 15 laps from the books and 15 laps remaining here at Michigan. Green flag is out. On the 16th lap here, we're down to 15 to go. Matt McIntyre already making a move to the low side. He's got Charles Sanford behind him in a 16 truck as they come off the second corner here. Later in the race, as we mentioned, is Nathan Hudson. McIntyre ducks in between Quentin Moore and Mike Becker as they go through the third and fourth turns. And here comes Scott Upton in the 81 truck, the UniFirst Ford. Upton making his presence felt here in the top 10 positions here. Started his race about mid-pack here as they go into turn number 1. And Upton could surprise her. He might be one of his underdogs to watch here today as we head down to the last half of this race. Down the backstretch they come. Upton goes inside of one of the best, Charles Sanford, as they move to the low side now. Upton goes low. Here comes Osborne up the middle of the track, or trying to go the middle, or right behind Upton's truck. He looks inside and ducks back behind. And here comes Number 16, Sanford to the low side, and he's got the lead. Looks like it's 1 and 2, 3 wide. And move the California Crusher up to the top spot now. Charles Sanford, the Papa John Chevrolet, winner at Colorado National Speedway this season, also winner at IRP and Lucas Oil Raceway. Trying for his first non-short track victory here, but Keith Batson coming up behind here, and he's got Levi McIntyre behind him. Also Kyle Matthews and Quentin Moore as well too. The 52 and the 21 trucks here on board with Kyle Matthews in number 52. Trying for second place inside of Charles Sanford as Keith Batson goes to the lead. Check and see where our other in-truck cameras are running here. Now go inside Seth Cole's truck. Seth running right now up on the high side, right behind Joshua Osborne in 98. Jessica Shelton, another camera truck. She's gone by him, and now Roberto Crown Jr. pulling up behind. And there's a look from inside Jessica's truck. Jessica at 194 miles an hour in turn number 1. Right there behind the 83 truck of James Sykes. Shelton was clocked 14th the last time by. Now she has her foot flat to the floor here on that number 4 Ford. See how fast she goes into turn number 1 here. She moves Sykes up the track here. She goes way down the bottom of the track here. 191 miles an hour, and that's how fast 192 miles an hour in the turn number 1 is how fast she's going to go into that corner. And down about 178 in the middle of 1 and 2. And problems on the backstretch. Seth Cole's around, as is here. Matt Haas is in the grass. Matt McIntyre was in the grass and turns down the backstretch here. Seth Cole and Matt Haas got turned into the wall, looks like. No caution. But boy, that hurt Matt Haas here. We'll take a look at what happened here quickly. Matt went to the inside here and rode the grass at about 120 miles an hour and amazingly did not crash the field. But now back to the leaders here. We're now down to 8 laps to go here. It is Charles Saber out in front. Here comes number 99, Levi McIntyre. Inside of Jessica Shelton for second. Back inside with Jessica Shelton in number 4. McIntyre gets by. Now Jess tries to get a breath off his truck here, trying to hold off the challenge of Keith Batson in 28. Now she moves behind McIntyre's truck, number 99 here. Here comes Levi for the lead. Drag race between the Ford and the Chevy. Levi McIntyre, the number 99 XI Batteries SKF Ford, goes to the low side, and McIntyre goes to the lead. Shelton to second. And here comes Mike Becker in number 43. He's not out of this yet in that number 43 Cummins Diesel Dodge. Becker to third. James Sykes is up there. Roberto Crown Jr. got a couple of surprises in that field too. They could win this here. James Sykes, it would be his second victory of the year if he wins this race. He won at Daytona to kick things off here. Shelton now goes to lead on McIntyre. And here comes Becker for second place. Five laps to go now here at Michigan as they come to the start-finish line. 25 laps in the books. And here comes Becker. He's got a drafting run to the inside of Shelton's truck here. Here comes Batson, goes inside for second place. He's got it. Or tries to get it here. Shelton's got the draft off the 16 truck of Charles Hammer. And they caught up to the back of the 86 truck of Ty Dant. And he's held everybody up. And that's going to catch everybody back up to the field here. And Shelton, Sanford, Quentin Moore, Daniel Bouchard. All of them frustrated. They can't get around. They can't find a room to get around the 86 truck. Down the low side goes Shelton. She finally gets by him. But boy, that cost her and Charles a lot of spots here because of that. And at the worst time too, because we're down to 3.5 laps to go now. And Matt McIntyre's the next truck ahead, but he's in turns 1 and 2 as the field's about to come off turn number 4. So I don't know if he's going to be even going to be a factor or not. And look who's moving into second. Scott Upton in the 81 truck. He's up to second place now. But Osborne says different there. He goes to the inside, gets past Upton. Now he moves McIntyre up the track, and Levi says, "Excuse me." And then Osborne's the one that says, "Excuse me," not McIntyre. Osborne's got Kyle Matthews behind him in the 52 truck, and Jean Sanford, Charles's sister, has made her presence felt. Now she moves in the 4th position, now maybe for 3rd spot now. And she's got Keith Batson behind her, Roberto Crown Jr. in number 62 Napa Auto Parts Dodge. Now looks low side, 2 laps to go in this race here, by the way. And Cole Deaver goes low. Here comes Jessica Shelton trying to gain back what she lost, though, but the time is running out. And how about Dexter Black in the 38 truck? Where did he come from? He's up in the top 10 on the Channel Lock board. White flag this time by. This is going to be a wild scramble to the end here at Michigan. Kyle Matthews out in front. Second is Keith Batson. Ford versus Chevrolet. White flag is out. Batson to the inside of Matthews for the lead in turn number 1. He's got it. And meantime, Deaver's going to take 3rd position away from Gene Sanford. He's going to try to get the draft off Shelton's truck here. Meantime, Matthews pulls back in behind Batson's truck. Here comes Matthews to the inside of Batson into turn number 3. Chevy on the low side, Ford on the high side. They're side by side. Here they come at the 4th turn. Matthews pulls ahead of Batson. Off the 4th turn they come. Deaver looks inside for Batson for 2nd place, but up front, checkered flag. Kyle Matthews wins at Michigan. Wow, what a finish that race it was here. Kyle Matthews was passed by Batson in turn number 1 on the final lap, only to have Batson lose it on the last lap off turn number 4. Oh, we're gonna look at that last lap. We're gonna look at that last lap once again. I mean, that was good stuff. Now Batson went to the inside. He's gonna get the draft off. He's gonna move inside of. I botched that up here. Here comes Batson. He's gonna look to the inside of Matthews for the lead right here. And it appeared like it was gonna be all over this point as Batson was gonna win this race right there at this point of the track here. Matthews knew what he had to do though. He went right behind Batson's truck to get a sniff of the draft off of that 28 Ford. And now here comes Matthews. This is where he's gonna get his payback right here. They go side by side to turn 3, almost a la Dale Jarrett and Davey Allison in 91 on this track, except Matthews got the horsepower, pulled back ahead of Batson, and out-snookered him to the checkered flag, and there was the margin, there was the finish right there. And that was how Kyle Matthews won here at Michigan, and the best part for him, is probably for his home state because he hails from Ohio, and you know how much Ohio hates Michigan. But that was the finish of this race here today. As you saw, Daniel Bouchard moved into the pits, but we're gonna give it the finishing order. But what a race that was! Kyle Matthews gets the win here at Michigan Speedway, averaging 152.863 miles per hour. And 17 races are in the books on the season, as we have got now, I think, 9 races left. And we'll be heading to the high banks of Bristol for some nighttime short track action. In fact, the next three races are going to be nighttime short. In fact, 4 of the next 5 races are going to be nighttime short track racing. Bristol, Richmond, South Boston, and Martinsville. Yes, we're going to be running Martinsville at night this season. And that race will be after the second and last plate race of the season at Talladega Superspeedway. But we're going to give you the rest of the finishing order for you here. Keith Batson comes home in second position. Cole Devers, came home third in the number 3 truck. Jessica Shelton in the number 4 truck comes home fourth. Gene Sanford will finish in 5th position. How about Roberto Crown Jr. and Josh King? Both of them come out with top 10 finishes, as did Dexter Black and Robbie Bogues. So you got 4 surprises up in the top 10 positions here. Roberto Crown Jr. was 6th. 7th will go to Josh King. Dexter Black was 8th. Mike Becker, the outside pole sitter, finishes 9th. And Robbie Bogues comes home with a 10th place finish here. Cassie Dent finishes 11th. Scott Upton was 12th. Nathan Hudson 13th. Dylan Young 14th. Levi McIntyre, who was right up there in the last few laps of the race, but got shuffled back to 15th. Charles Sanford matches his truck number, finishing 16th. 17th will go to Paul Minnick. 18th, Joshua Osborne. 19th, Quentin Moore. Sebastian Dent will finish in 20th position. 21st place will go to, the truck of, 21st will go to Jesse Turner. Daniel Bouchard, 22nd. James Sykes, 23rd. Mitchell Collins, 24th. Stephen Colon, 25th. Henry Williams, 26th. Nathan Orman, 27th, and Phil Parker, Rob Evans, and Logan Williams was the top 30. Kat Batson, Johnny Gardner, Matt Haas, Seth Cole, and Matt McIntyre was the last of the lead lap finishers in 35th position. Ty Dent was the only truck that finished not on the lead lap, 2 laps down in 36th, and Zach Winkle was 37th. So 152.863, the average speed here today. Congratulations once again to Kyle Matthews, the winner here today at Michigan Speedway. And for now, this is Red Racing 1985 saying, and this has been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?